Hey guys, welcome back to the Route 1 podcast. I'm George. That's Harry. Say hi, Harry.
Hello.
And there's no Ryan this week because he's ill with a case of the Portugals. We'll get him to send in a video of him doing the Sui in Portugal because he's in Portugal. His house is empty and you can rob him right now. So, anyway... Anyway, quick question. This one's not as good as the usual questions, but I forgot to come up with one this week. So, who are the only two football teams who are currently undefeated in Europe?
In Europe?
Yep, in European competitions.
Okay. Manchester United? Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
I told you it was a crap one. It's Harry's getting it early, so that means, I should have thought better.
Right, Man United and... Have Chelsea lost?
Okay, so I'll ask a better question next week because we've got it in 2 seconds.
Yeah!
Oh. Anyway, speaking of Chelsea, Leeds are bottling the championship at the moment, and
It's great.
it's great. I mean, it's not great because I don't want to see Sheffield United or Burnley go up because they will just instantly get relegated, like Southampton, which we will get to in a minute. What's going wrong for Leeds, and why is it a Frenchman in goal?
Because he's awful.
He is awful. He has lost them that.
The problem is, right, he can string a few good games together, but then as soon as he does that and gets a bit of confidence back, does something stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, the best mistake I've seen him make is that one at Sunderland away earlier on this season.
Oh my god.
What happened?
I don't know. He just seems allergic to being good sometimes. Because he'll save a penalty, and then later in the game he'll make the worst
He'll
mistake.
just drop one straight onto the striker's foot, and
it's genuinely. Onana makes less mistakes than this guy, and that's saying something. This guy makes mistakes like fucking. I'm not happy with Leeds being where they are because they're not going to make it through the playoffs. They're allergic to it. It's like Bradford City. That's what it's exactly what Bradford are doing right now. They're like, do you know what? I don't want to go up automatically. Like they'll be like, yes, here's the thing to go top of the league. And then they'll be like, not for me. I think they are top of the league right now. But...
They are. I was just about to say that, but will they hold on? You don't know. Everyone's beating everybody.
No. It's one of those ones where it might be Port Vale go top. I wouldn't be surprised if Port Vale go up automatically.
Neither would I.
At the top of the league.
They're looking probably with Doncaster the strongest side at the minute.
Yeah.
So.
It's, I mean, if we go through the English league, football leagues at the moment, Premier League title race is sorted, but we all know that Liverpool's just about to start their bottling process. Bring back the Gerrard slip. I am manifesting so hard right now.
So pray to the god.
Oh, ball comes towards me. Oh no! And Chelsea scored.
Gerrard slipped and Demba Bar's in here.
I love the fact. Have you seen the post that went out and somebody was like, I would have loved to have seen Salah and Gerrard on the same pitch in their prime. And there's a picture of the Gerrard slip with Mo Salah in the Chelsea kit in the background.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh. For the sake of Gerrard, I want to say that Kolo Touré also had a howler against West Brom that led West Brom to get a draw or a win or something like that. So he also lost the title. Kolo Touré, undercover spy for Man City and Arsenal.
That point you just got to go Colo.
Colo, fucked up. Thanks, Colo. I appreciate it.
Salute to Colo Torre.
Oh my god, don't worry, I'll ask that question next week. So, that's the Premier League, and then we've already got Southampton relegated this season. Officially confirmed to have been relegated.
They are awful.
They are awful.
They've not got a big enough squad in. They've not invested correctly. I mean, surely Aaron Ramsdale doesn't stay.
No, he's gone. That's 3 in 5 years for him. 3 relegations in 5 years.
Exactly. That's honestly, track record is awful. But you take them back to the start of the season, they've just parted ways with the manager, aren't they? He was left with a shower of absolute pants. And because they spent however much they did on Ramsdale and didn't actually have that much to spend in January to try fix it.
No. They brought in Cameron Archer, which was a mistake. Nothing against Cameron Archer. They did bring in Cameron Archer, didn't they? I'm not just tweaking. I'm 100% sure they brought in Cameron Archer.
So.
Yeah, okay. And they brought in Brereton Diaz as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
You've brought in 2 strikers who are good at a championship level, but are proven to not be Premier League goal scorers.
Not good enough for Premier League, yeah.
And it's like, might as well gone for fucking Ricky Lambert.
Fucking hell! Forgot he existed.
I always have a soft spot for Southampton because they're my hometown team kind of thing. But
I have a soft spot for Southampton because they gave me one of the best away days.
Oh my god, yeah. They
ever know.
Losing to Grimsby Town is. I'm not going to say it's an embarrassment, but you're a Premier League team and you just lost to a League 2 team, so it is an embarrassment.
Yeah. Do you reckon Southampton will beat Derby's record? Do you reckon they'll get another point on the board before the end of the season?
I haven't seen who they've got, so they might. If they've already played Ipswich the second time.
I think they've still got to go to Leicester.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. If they're playing against Liverpool in this time, I hope not. I hope they don't.
It would be really impressive for them to beat 11 points.
It's one of the quickest times. I think it's like the joint fourth quickest time that somebody's gone down. Because I'm pretty sure Derby and Huddersfield went down in March, late March. I think they're tied with Leicester in 2004 or something like that.
But another thing, it's proven that money's taken over because the teams that are going up are just going straight back down, and it's not even like it's close because the gap from is it Ipswich in 18th?
Ipswich aren't
to Wolves. It's 12 points.
Unless Wolves literally shit the bed and Ipswich become prime fucking
Brazil.
So if they become the fucking Centurions, that team, it's not happening. And as much as I would have loved Ipswich to stay up, and I would have loved Luton to stay up, but they won't. Beaten by Town in the FA Cup run as well. But it's not happening, and we've harped on about before that 2022 promoted sides was probably the best ever promoted Premier League lineup. Fulham, Bournemouth, Notts Forest, and I think as good as that is, that might have actually harmed the fucking teams that have gone up since, because I think those 3 going in has just made it too strong. I hope that Leeds go up because I feel like they'd actually put in a shift to stay up. Burnley and Sheffield United are not. They're just going to crumple and they'll finish 20 points each.
I think you could a player or two from each of the teams going down that are good enough.
Yeah.
But other than that, like Ipswich, Amari Hutchinson and Liam Delap is who I'd pick.
If I was Leeds, I would put all and if you're Leeds and you are going up, you're going up. I'd put all of my eggs into trying to get Liam Delap or somebody, some striker out there that's actually proven to be scoring goals in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Or because the Leeds need a new goalkeeper and a new striker. So if I was Leeds, I'd go all out for. I'd try to cheekily get like De Gea, or I'd try to get. I'm trying to think of any goalkeepers that are out there.
There's not much, is there?
No, go out and try to buy Livakovic or someone like that from Galatasaray. Like,
or if I feel like a good way to go would be dabble into the Saudi market because they've spent so much on players that aren't worth that and bring them back for cheaper.
You've got players. Get yourself. I forgot what he's called. It's not Milinkovic Savic but
Mitrovic.
Mitrovic. I'll get Alexander.
I was thinking Mitrovic.
Get Bono. Bono's out there. Good goalkeeper.
Good goalkeeper. And Mitrovic has proven to be able to score in this league. I know it took him a while, but he's proven himself now.
Put an offer in for. It is the goalkeeping Mendy who's out in Saudi, right? And it's not the guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Put a bid in for the goalkeeper. Like, fuck it. What you got to lose? You'll go down again if you don't buy anything. So, as long as Leeds have already had the worst transfer in football history before. That guy who played like 42 minutes and got done with the season for COVID and stuff like that. Do you remember that guy? They paid like 42 million for him, and he's only played like 16 minutes or something ridiculous.
No,
it was crap. Yeah, that happened. He came from like Leipzig or somewhere. So you just go all out. That's what Forest did. You just need to go all out. Like, Leeds are a club. They've just got their Red Bull funding. I know that Red Bull only own like 1% of the club and stuff like that, but be like, hi, Mr. Leipzig. Hi, Mr. Salzburg. Can I please have some players? Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, go all out because you need to stay in the Premier League. Wolves are on that decline. I think Wolves are going. Get the guy from Wolves. I forgot what his name is. The one who everybody's after. Cunha.
Cunha, yeah.
Go for him. What the fuck have you got to lose, you know?
But there's probably a few decent players you could bring in from these teams that are like might be going down. Like,
yeah.
Look around, and it's not like there's lack of quality. It's just, well, there is lack of quality.
Have
but
you seen that Southampton have whacked 100 million on Dibbling?
No.
Yeah, they've gone like, we're not selling it for over 100 million.
Jesus Christ. Well, we're not getting that.
No.
But there's players out there that you could bring in from like various clubs, you know, dabble in the Saudi market. Football Manager. Do a Football Manager and just bring in some wonder kids from like Colombia. Yeah,
that's how Hoffenheim got for Big Bobby Firmino.
Do you reckon was it Ruter that went to Brighton from Leeds?
Yeah.
Do you reckon they've got like a buyback clause if they got promoted or something?
Oh, I don't know, but they bought it for they sold him for 40 million, so I don't think maybe that's a bit too much for him. Which I know we're saying get stuff from the Saudi league. Get Jordan Henderson. They should get James Milner. James Milner.
I was just about to say James Milner.
His contract runs up, and he's 30 games away from a Premier League record. So just bring in fucking James Milner. He's a proven captain.
Yeah, bring in proven players that might be of age, but if you stay in the Premier League, you get more money, and then you can start to bring in the players.
Remember Ross Barkley a couple of seasons ago for Luton? I know Luton didn't stay up, but Ross Barkley was absolute machine that season, and it saved his career.
He was sensational. But who do you reckon they could maybe like youngsters on loans or?
Oh, that's what I'm trying to think. Hello, Real Madrid. I would like to have a loan for Ardagula, please. Thank you. I am Leeds.
Wow. Hey, him against Soberslai would be a
Anthony on loan.
Great idea. Fantastic idea.
I'm trying to think of who there even is to bring in.
Who's out of contract at the end of the season? Does Luke Shaw still have a contract at United?
He's not. Luke Shaw's contract still goes for like another year. From Man United, I believe it's like Vicky Lindelof. Sorry. Oh no. Wait a second, I need to cut that out of the thing. I've just opened up my browser. I've not got anything dodgy on my browser, but... Cool, we're back. Yeah, Victor Lindelof is off on he's ended the contract, but I don't think Leeds would want Lindelof. We've got Christian Eriksen. I know he's a bit now, but he can still play a ball, and he's for being how slow he is, he just gets that ball off and going. If City get anything done for their 115 charges, bring in Haaland. He likes Leeds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of.
Hey, anybody. Man City are trying to offload Kyle Walker. Take Kyle Walker for like £7 million.
No, he won't go. Sheffield lad.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that if you're a Sheffield lad. Can't go to Leeds. Leeds.
Leeds.
Anyway, I think that Leeds are the only one. The playoff places at the moment are quite fun as well. You've got Leeds. I think it's Leeds, Sunderland,
Coventry.
Well, Coventry are just outside at the moment.
Oh, West Brom and Middlesbrough then.
West Brom and Bristol City.
I thought Middlesbrough won and put themselves in there.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I've got a phone to use now because I'm not having to use it as a camera. Championship table is. They have got Bristol. So it's third place is Leeds, fourth Sunderland, fifth Middlesbrough, sixth Bristol.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Bristol go. That is the perfect playoff because I'm happy with any of those teams going up.
I would really love Sunderland to go up.
Yeah, so Sunderland, Borough. I like Borough, North Korea, represent.
Or if Sunderland don't go up, Joe Bellingham.
Job. Yeah, if I'm any team at the moment, I'm like bring in Job because he's. I'm not saying he's as good as his brother, but he's still fucking good for his age.
You've got to rely on them not going up because I think if they go up, he'll try to stay with them.
Yeah, I could imagine. I can imagine he'd stay if they went up. Sorry.
But no. One thing I would like to mention, by the way, this is like completely off the topic of teams going up, who they should bring in. I just want to say, in the Manchester derby, Bruno Fernandes, I'm not his biggest fan. However, he was fantastic.
I think Bruno
was fantastic.
He was fantastic from what I saw, and this is, without a doubt, he is the best signing that we've had since Fergie left.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas have never been the same since. No, he is, like, I think over the past couple seasons he's just been trying to do too much and stuff like that. But when he's got like Izaguate around him and he's playing in this role that we've got in the Amarin side, he just works and it brings out the best in him. And I'm excited to see him stay as our captain for a few more years.
Like, genuinely, I've not been this impressed by him playing football in a while.
I thought
I've always...
he was our man of the match in that Liverpool game by far, but then he's hit or miss. But like, I think he's got that passion and that to keep us going.
He's got the passion, the aggression, and the mindset.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just thought I'd put that out there. I actually watched 5 games of football yesterday, George.
He did 7.5 hours he watched of football.
Which is great. I watched St Johnstone beat Celtic 1-0, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
They're still bottom of the league by like 4 or 5 points. And it's the first time Celtic have lost to bottom of the league in 20 years. While they've been top.
Fireable offence, that.
Honestly, get Rodgers gone.
Oh, but Brendan Rodgers, he should be Leicester manager still.
Do you reckon?
He's a class manager. Like
I'm not sure what Ryan would say about that.
I don't care what Liverpool. Like, yeah, cool. He didn't work out at Liverpool, but Leicester, he got them an FA Cup. He got them 2 5th-place finishes. And like, I know they won the league, but it's still Leicester. Like,
yeah, you don't expect to be there every year as Leicester.
And he's a good manager. That's enough said.
When they sacked him, there was all the Leicester fans were like putting in birthday messages and everything, weren't they?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Zach Rodgers. Yeah, it was great.
Bloody Brendan Rodgers. I do like him. I think he's class, but I mean, you can't. You can overstay your welcome.
Yeah, exactly, and you see that a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of overstaying your welcome, bottom of the championship, we've got 3 teams currently sat bottom in the bottom 3. Although one of them is on points. Off the top of the head, can you name the bottom 3 in the championship?
Okay. So Plymouth Argyle.
Yep, they're sat with 37 points. Bottom.
Luton.
Yeah, 39.
And is it Derby or Stoke?
No.
No.
No, it's neither of those.
It's Cardiff.
It's Cardiff. Cardiff is sat level on points with Derby, but are in the relegation zone on goal difference, and Stoke are just sat in 20th.
I'll wait for Cardiff away next season once Town go up.
If Town go up and you're off Cardiff away, that'll be decent.
That'd be mental.
If there was any away day I'd want to go to that one because it's near my arm.
Hey.
Do you know what? If Derby stay up, I think it's quite impressive that all 3 teams have managed to survive the drop this season. That have got promoted.
Yeah, because you don't see that a lot.
Oxford and Pompey. Well, no, Oxford have been, I think, more impressive than Pompey, even though Pompey are ahead of them. But Oxford literally just beat top of the league.
Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Sheffield United. Yeah.
They had a good run of games and stuff like that. I'm glad Oxford are up because I've got family connections with the team and stuff.
Basil.
And also Basil. Big up Basil. Round of applause for Basil. Do you think if any of those go down, that they'll stay down, or do you think that there's one of them a pop back up?
I think Luton will stay down. I think now that Luton have got up there, I think they're just now they're falling. I just think they're going to continue falling.
I genuinely thought the plan for Luton was they got Victor Moses, by the way. Just to stop, they got Victor Moses. That's yeah.
Jesus.
I know. But I thought Luton's plan was literally, we know we are not going to survive in the Premier League.
Build a super team for the Championship.
Let's build our Championship super team and try to get playoffs next year. They've just fucking been shot in the head and left out into the middle of the field.
I think sacking Rob Edwards was the wrong call.
It was, yeah, because he's not saved them.
Exactly.
But it's ridiculous. Plymouth have still got a chance to stay up.
I think Plymouth will go down and stay down for a season, and then the season after maybe challenge again.
Yeah, I think they'll need their time out of it. Cardiff, I have no clue what will happen.
Neither. It can either go shocking or they'll do a Birmingham.
They might do a when Bolton got into League Two for one season, or Pompey got League Two for one season, and then just.
Or it could be like
bounce back.
Like I say, they do what? No, who got relegated twice on the bounce? Let's just say Scunthorpe. They could do a Scunthorpe, go down again. Or like I say, Birmingham City and just clear the league. But you never know.
So we're going to go to League One now, and it's a bit of a different situation. We've got a clear winner of the league, unless they bottle it.
Yes.
So Birmingham are 11 points ahead of Wrexham at the moment.
Wrexham being in the automatic spots makes me so sad.
I know.
It's just, if they get promoted again next season, the game's gone.
Yeah. If they manage to get to the Premier League, that's... Because I know they've got money, but they've not got money. They've not got championship money. But if they manage to get up, that'll be, like... I know everybody's going to crap on it, but that's like an actual miracle. Like...
Yeah. Them getting promoted from this league is not a miracle because they've still got money for this league.
At that top echelon where they've built a good enough team for League One in League Two.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Which means that any money they bring in, they can then spend on better players.
Yeah. And they'll be selling players and stuff like that.
Although they've got Sam Smith up top, which I thought he sang songs and not.
That's what I was about to say. La la la. And then below Wrexham by 6 points now are a team which got fucked over.
Only legends manage them on Football Manager.
Harry's managing them on Football Manager. I'm managing Wigan at the moment.
Up the Wycombe Wanderers.
Akin Fenwa represent. No, but
no.
They got fucked over. The manager just left. It's like, hey, we're on a title charge. I'll join Luton in a relegation battle. Like, I know they probably offered you like 60 grand more a week, but like, if you
was it that had? Was it who was it that got sacked by? Was it Birmingham? Last season, was it John Eustace?
I'm pretty. It might be the guy who like Birmingham just went. How we prefer Wayne Rooney.
Was it John Eustace?
Yes,
or however you say his name.
I think it might be. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. Quote Harry. But he's just gone like, yeah, I'll go Luton in the Championship. And it's like, my guy, you are on a title run. You are here. They were top of the league. And he just went,
I know.
No.
I know.
It's ridiculous. And it's like, finish out the fucking season, my guy. Like...
Yeah.
You are on Wycombe's season of their fucking life, getting them back to the Championship, and you just decide, no, I'm not going to do this.
But for a team that and this isn't me making excuses, it's just a little side note. Mm-hmm. For a team that are pushing for the Championship, I think the attendances are really disappointing.
Yeah.
4,000 is, there's...
Is that all they get?
Yeah,
that's less
Bradford
than
City in League Two are getting 22,000.
Where else? Do you know, Fiago, big YouTube channel, German guy, was like, here's a team that gets 20,000 on in the 4th division in Germany. I'm like, Bradford City get 2,000 more than that a fucking week. Like, Bradford City...
It's mental.
Bradford's like... Bradford's a massive place.
I was going to say, I get it's a big place, but you've still got to get the people from the game.
Yeah.
Shit!
You've got,
Here we go. Back.
You've
still got to get the people from the game.
You've got to get them through the door, and Bradford, as much as I'm not a big fan of Bradford, they get the players in. They get the fans in. It's one of those clubs where you like, that is a group of diehards.
I know they've done better since they've lost into injury, but Andy Cook, by the way, is probably the best striker in the league.
Yeah.
His hold-up play is phenomenal. And every team needs that. Every team needs a centre-forward that can link the play up with. Because it's not the league where you're going to get a striker like fucking, I don't know, Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
But it's a league where you need to be strong. You need to have the hold-up play, and then you feed off that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they had. But they haven't missed him, which is good.
Yeah.
They've missed him, and everyone thought the season was going to crumble, but they've kicked on even more, which is impressive.
I don't remember Bradford being in League One. That's how long Bradford have been in League Two. I
know. Me neither.
I think it's like either 9 or 14 years. It's one of those two. I'm sure of it that they've been in the league.
It's bonkers.
Ridiculous for a team that size. Premier League at the turn of the millennia, and they're now just down here, and it's crazy. We'll quickly head back to the playoff spots for League One. Can you guess who's in the playoff spots for League One? You got Wycombe, obviously.
Wycombe, Stockport.
Yeah, that's Stockport are a great story, by the way.
I know.
They've got there without Wrexham money.
Bolton in the last place.
Bolton are in the last place. Yep.
So what position have I got left?
Because of my granddad. You've got 5th.
5th. Who's 5th in League One?
If I said their badge looks like something you'd see on a bottle of, like, toothpaste, you can imagine it on toothpaste. It's a bit Arm & Hammer. I don't know.
Arm & Hammer.
That's the toothpaste brand that we always get. Where it's the guy...
I don't know. Who is it? Who is it?
Charlton.
I was going to say Charlton, but I couldn't imagine them on the...
I can imagine... I don't know if it's just me, because I grew up and my parents were always like, we're having Arm & Hammer. Because it was like, but yeah, Charlton. I
don't want Charlton to go up. I want to go to the Valley if Town go up.
So, who are replacing? Who's getting replaced by Town this season?
If we go up?
If when you go up, who's getting replaced by Town this season?
So who's going down into League Two?
Yep.
So right now the relegation zone, if I'm correct, is Shrewsbury, Cambridge, Burton and Crawley.
Yep. You got Burton and Crawley the wrong way round, but you literally did that perfect.
Who's the team just above the relegation zone?
Bristol Rovers.
Bristol Rovers. And they've got what? Maybe a 3-4 point gap?
3-point gap between them. Burton are the team that got... I'm just getting this right. Burton are the team that got Grimsby Town relegated in 2009, right?
2010. 2009-10 season, yeah.
Fuck you, Burton. I remember that. We were like, we just need Burton to not win. Don't let Burton win. And then they won. I remember my dad was so defeated. It was like...
Apparently there was like mental riots that day when we went down.
I remember it being all over the news. Like, this is like historic. Like, this is 114 years in the top divisions and stuff like that, or something ridiculous like that. But anyway, fuck you, Burton. So
yeah, but they're starting to hit form at the right time if they want to stay up.
Who owns Crawley Town, by the way? I know it's somebody. Is Crawley owned by somebody big? Is that like Stormzy? No.
It's like Wag Me. They're on TikTok.
Oh, don't like Crawley.
It's like American people who don't really know what they're doing, and
yeah, that makes sense. Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury and Cambridge, I consider gone.
Yeah, they're gone. They're not making Shrewsbury on 29 points and safety 42.
Gareth Ainsworth went in. They got like maybe 2 good results, and that's when I said they might stay up. No. They've just gone back to what they were.
Cambridge are 1 point off of Crawley, so they could, but they're not.
They could, but I think Crawley are going to hit form with Scott Lindsay back in charge.
Yeah.
Cambridge have just brought in Mark Bonner and whoever else they had in. So they brought back 2 managers, one as the director of football and one back as the manager.
Yeah.
and I'm not. You got rid of them for a reason, surely. Why would you bring two back that you've sacked? Is what I'll say.
Why sack him in the first place if you're going to bring him back?
Exactly. But like I say, the only teams I can see maybe staying up, Burton starting to hit form at the right time. They've got a World Cup bound goalkeeper in Max Crocombe.
Yes, Max Crocombe going to the World Cup, confirmed. We'll get round to the World Cup in a bit.
But no, they have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, Crawley, Scott Lindsay back in charge. They've got a few good results. They've had a few iffy results, like losing 4-3 to Peterborough. But they were the better side. They played the better football. And I know they've conceded loads, but they're also scoring the goals, clearly.
Yeah.
So if they can put out... I mean, the penalty they gave away at the end was shambolic. Whatever that defender was doing, my God. Bench him, fucking fine him, do whatever. Because that's a vital point that they've dropped. But no. And they lost 3-1 to Stevenage at the weekend, but they conceded 2 late goals.
Yeah.
And I think it's down to fine margins that, they're losing these games by.
Yeah. It's...
But I think if they can start to turn, these conceding 2 late goals into holding out, being strong defensively, creating that good defensive structure, and seeing out games, point by point,
yeah,
I'm not doubting them that they could stay up.
Out of all the teams, that's the one that I can see surviving the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want Bristol Rovers to go down, and I don't want Wigan to go down either. But if Northampton slip,
because you manage them and you like Wigan.
Yeah, but when I was growing up, Wigan was like Emile Heskey in the Premier League. For me, Wigan, in my mind, Wigan are old Premier League teams. You think Wigan? Because I grew up. For
me, I'm a bit younger, but Wigan are FA Cup winners.
Yeah.
That's the first FA Cup final I remember watching.
I grew up in a really weird time where I'm like, for me, when Leicester got promoted, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Leicester are in the Premier League, even though they were in the Premier League. I don't remember Sheffield being in the Premier League because that was the season before I really started watching that they got relegated. So I've got like a weird... I don't know. I started at a really weird time for the football, but I got to see Man United do the double, so I'm all right with that. And then we'll go on to I know you know this off by heart, but I'm just getting it up here. So who's explain the situation in League Two.
Okay, so Walsall did have a very healthy lead at the top of the table. Nathan Lowe scoring goals for fun, and he got recalled, and that is the turning point of this whole League Two season for everyone. He's now just going on to that at this point briefly, just very briefly. Mm-hmm. Nathan Lowe was top scorer. He's now playing for Stoke under 21s. Why would you recall him when he's getting experience?
That's you're fucking stifling that guy's career.
I know.
If you see their form, do you know what their form in the last 5 games is?
Oh, it's like second worst, isn't it?
It's 4 draws and a loss.
They've not won in 8, I don't think.
They're still good defensively, I'm guessing, but they've lost. They've had their balls cut off in attack. It's
I went there. I think it was the 8th of March, so less than a month ago. Is it? What's the date today?
The 7th.
So just less than a month ago, I went, and they did go 1-0 up, but Town started the better team, and they never really impressed me defence or attack. They never got put hold of the game in midfield, and they were just a bit toothless all round. They lacked a plan B.
Yeah,
one-dimensional sort of stuff.
They're not getting automatics.
Automatics, because Donny have a game in hand.
They have a game in hand, and they are
2 points behind.
2 points behind. So I don't know who Donny are playing, but is it Chesterfield?
Might be. I'm not too sure.
Because they're on 40 points as well. And Chesterfield have been alright. It's either Chesterfield or Gillingham. So
I have no idea. But I think they'll win that. Donny, as much as I don't like to say it, they're a very good side.
Yeah.
And, coming to the business end of the season, they're starting to get results on the board.
Donny are a League One team.
The thing is, George, in this league, everyone's beating everyone. So you can't even predict what's going to happen. But if Donny overtake Walsall with the game in hand, the best case scenario would be Bradford, Port Vale, Donny go up on the automatics.
Yeah.
Walsall continue to struggle, but everyone in the playoffs is also dropping points.
Yeah.
And Town finish in the last playoff place, Walsall in the last playoff place behind the automatics, and Town get Walsall in the playoff semi-final.
Grimsby could still go up automatically.
We could. I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening, but I just want to put out positive energy. Manifest.
With 5, it's the point with 5 games to go. We still could, and that's stupid to say.
So I moved to this town. In November of 2005. So I have never ever seen Grimsby in League One, or the second division as it was called when Grimsby were last in it. So
me neither. This is the best season I'm ever seeing Grimsby have.
Yeah, you were. What were you? 2 years old when they got relegated? 3 years old?
2.
That's crazy to think.
And here I am at the age of 17, watching us have the best season I've ever seen us have.
Yeah.
David Artell deserves a lot of credit for.
I think he was getting a lot of shit from. I remember him getting a lot of shit when he first started because you guys weren't.
I always backed him though. I was always telling people to shut up about him.
But I'm obviously in a pub in Grimsby. You're getting I know we're Cleethorpes, but you get the gist. You get to hear a lot of Grimsby Town fans talk a lot of shit about it, and he was getting nothing but negative and stuff like that from people. And he has made Grimsby the best that Grimsby's been since I've lived in Grimsby.
And since I've been born.
Yeah, and
I think the players we've brought in, George McEachran, Jesus Christ, if he's not top of League One or Championship bound by the end of this season, something's wrong. I think especially if we don't go up, we'll struggle to keep him. But even if we do, I still think we'll struggle to keep him.
Everybody who's not named Luca Barrington's been a good signing.
Yeah, but you know what? As a Luca Barrington doubter, I'm not a big fan of him at all. He
said it to his mum's face. This guy said it to his mum's face that Luca Barrington is a bad player.
He's actually at the right time of the season. He's starting to get goals and assists.
Good.
And the goal he scored on Saturday, fair.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Left foot outside of the box, top left corner.
Sounds banging.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty.
A goal is a goal, and if anybody on our team can scrap a goal, then at this stage of the season, if every single goal that is scored from this point onwards in the season for Town
is an own goal, I will take it.
You're a legend.
Yeah.
If you yeah.
If every goal that's an own goal, every goal that it takes about 5 deflections, every goal.
If it comes off a balloon, that balloon is getting a statue in the town.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Any goal that is a screamer, they all mean the same. Yeah. They're all equally as good goals because we're at a point in the season where every goal counts.
Every goal counts. And
at the start of this season, if we didn't get the playoffs, I would not have been disappointed at all.
No.
We've got to a point in the season where there's 5 to go. We're in the playoffs, and I'm scared that I'm going to be disappointed if we don't get the playoffs, even though it isn't what I expected.
Last time Town were in the playoffs, magic happened, so...
Exactly. Can we bring McAtee back on loan?
Oh yeah, either or, both of them. Bring both of them on loan. I want to stop and take a minute. I know that they're not on that playoff, and they're not on the periphery of the playoffs. But can we take a second to say how well Bromley's done for their first season in football?
Oh, they've been fantastic,
They
and
have
I think I don't like the manager. The manager's a bit of a prick.
Yeah.
But I think their success all comes down to Michael Cheek up front. He's been sensational. He's the in the EFL. He's the top scorer. And in the top 4 leagues, he's the 4th top scorer behind
they have
Salah, Haaland, Isak, and then it's him.
Yeah, they have 56 points this season.
That is really impressive because everyone was tipping the 2 teams to go down as us and Bromley.
Yeah, they've done better than. I think that they've done better than Town did in their first season. They were back up. Town finished about.
We was back 11th.
Yeah, so you've got to say that's. It's
impressive. It is impressive.
Yeah.
Teams I'm very disappointed with: Gillingham, MK Dons.
MK Dons were started the season. They were bam, they fucking go. We're going up, and then they've just. Died.
So were Gillingham.
Gillingham were top. I forgot that.
Gillingham were top of the league, and they hadn't lost in 15 home games, and then Grimsby Town rocked up.
And smashed them.
And that's kind of just
only team in Kent. Only professional team in Kent. That's.
Thank you for the fact, George.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
Cheers, Jeff.
My mum's team is looking to stay safe from going down. Tranmere Rovers. I might turn up in a Tranmere kit one day.
I think the 2 teams going down are set in stone. Carlisle, Morecambe.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really disappointed by Carlisle. I think
it's not
having just 2 years ago had the high of being promoted to League One.
Yeah, it was Bradford City versus Carlisle, and it went down to penalties, didn't it? Because I remember being in the pub and watching it, and I'm like, as soon as they went down the next season, I was like, what's the fucking point of you going up, lads?
I know. And now they're going straight back down again. But it's like Forest Green. They went to League One, but came back into League Two.
I think that's a shame about Forest Green.
I didn't mind. It was a decent little away day, but I like a cheeseburger on an away day, and I couldn't have one, or a steak pie, and I couldn't have one.
Although your story about running into Forest Green team.
Oh yeah. saw Forest Green's manager getting a KFC.
Oh.
Speaking of Forest Green, when we went last season, I went to the toilet while the players were warming up. There weren't many in at that point because we went in quite early.
Yeah.
And I was just having a bit of a tiddle in the urinal. And so someone runs in and I'm like, what do their shoes sound like? I look to the left and I'm stood having a piss next to Danny Rose. Which,
that's impressive. Tottenham legend, that goal against Arsenal. I remember watching Town against Colchester. I was like, wow, he's certainly changed a lot since his Tottenham days.
Just before we go back to League Two, one thing I would like to say. Victor Wanyama.
I thought it was
done firmly. That red card.
What a first game for a club.
Honestly, how as George would say, how could Basuma do that? Honestly.
I don't know. I was like, yeah, Victor Wanyama's still at Tottenham. He's not. He's not. I just thought he'd been relegated to injury because they're all injured. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck I missed the fact that Victor Wanyama's been gone for 5 years. It's not even like he's been gone recently. It's been 5 years.
No, honestly, that was funny. But that red card was unreal.
Oh, that was unreal.
Honestly, if you haven't seen it, search up Victor Wanyama's red card.
For oh, and I'm going to get the final one of this nation that we're going to talk about because...
Anyway, just going back to League 2 before you do that, I think going up will be Port Vale, Bradford. Port Vale champions, Bradford, Doncaster second, Bradford third, and then Grimsby Town in the playoffs.
Up them,
I think Walsall v Town in the semi-final. We beat Walsall. Notts County v Wimbledon in the other semi-final. Wimbledon, and I think we beat Wimbledon 2-1 in the final.
Fucking hope so. Okay.
Just note that there, quote it, and then when
write that down.
Write that down. And when it doesn't happen, don't come back to make me look like a tool. Thanks.
Don't worry, you already do. I'm just joshing you. Can we just take a second and let it sink in? Because Gateshead have been allowed to go up. Gateshead are allowed into League 2. Oh, we're getting Gateshead in the playoffs. Gateshead, we're near Newcastle, but we're not Newcastle because we're Gateshead. Didn't Gabon play against Gateshead a few years ago?
I don't know.
Because Gabon were like turned up and they're like, oh crap, we can't play. Our game against Newcastle's like whatever it is has been turned down. So they just went and played against Gateshead. It's 6 spots for the
Barnet are champions, aren't they? Barnet are going
Barnet
champions.
are 8 points clear, so yep. So can you give me the next 6 teams below that? Because I actually prefer how they do it, 6 place playoffs.
York.
Yep.
Forest Green.
Yep.
Oldham.
Yep.
Gateshead.
Oh no, but I mean yes, Gateshead are there. Gateshead, Halifax.
Halifax, Gateshead, Rochdale.
Yep. Altrincham and Southend are just on the edge of that they're on the periphery. But
Altrincham seem to always miss out.
There is one team who are nowhere near the playoffs that we need to talk about. Because on the other end of that scale, there's a little team in a town where everybody are related. As much as that town is full of incest, we still want Boston United to stay up. And they are chugging along.
We do.
They are on points different with Dagenham and Redbridge, who are in 20th right now.
George, the biggest thing is they've got Wealdstone left to play.
Yes.
And just look at the table.
Wealdstone are 5 points clear of them. Now.
Exactly. Beat them. Reel them back in.
Yep. Woking, it's Woking, Dagenham, Redbridge, Wealdstone who are in that little... And Solihull, which I don't want Solihull to go down. Please don't go down Solihull, I like you. Who are in that gap. And come on, Boston United. You fucking got this, lads.
The form recently, because they were like 14 points away from safety.
They have just bam, 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 bam.
Win, draw.
It's their win-loss record, and they've won 3, lost 2. Which, for a bottom of the fucking league team, is incredible. Ebbsfleet are already down.
9 points from 15. You don't.
Yeah.
As a team that's battling relegation, that's good form.
That's Barnet form.
Yeah.
Fellow Lincolnshire team, stay there. Next season, get back up. We'll have in the for our local constituency, we'll have Scunny and Boston there. And as much as we don't like Scunthorpe, we want as many rivalry games as you can get, don't you?
Scunthorpe could still bottle it.
Of course they could.
Look at the table. Look at the National League North table. They're like 1 point top. by 1 point.
Of course. Oh my god, yeah, Kidderminster. I like
Could you,
Kidderminster.
George, if Kidderminster beat Buxton at the weekend, they would have been top, but they drew.
I want to take a moment, because I know we've just dipped to the National League North, but below that is a very special little league, in where a town plays in a town that's not its name. They play in a little town called Grimsby, even though they are a team named after Cleethorpes. And they're top of the league.
They are. The teams in our area this season are doing well.
Which means that Cleethorpes Town might just end up as a National League North side.
Mental.
That is mental. To think it's a team established in 99 or 98? 98, right?
98. Yeah.
As a bloody kids team. It's incredible. I take a moment, in that same division, Sheffield Football Club have been relegated.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
To the OGs.
I went to kiss my fingers, but both my fingers hit there. So I kind of kissed thin air.
That's our relegation. Relegation.
No, so if Cleetown go up, they've got one more league to go before the National League North, and that is really impressive.
Really impressive. So, no, I thought Cleetown go up to National League North.
No.
Because I had this conversation with my dad the other day. They go up to the National League North. Wikipedia says so.
No, there's an Ismithian Premier Division.
No, but National League North switches down to 4 different divisions. No, 2 different divisions.
Right, so Cleetown are in the 8th tier, they go to the 7th tier, and then the 6th tier is the National League North.
Let's research quick. Cleethorpes.
Because Cleetown are... What? Oh, why have I got balloons?
They're in the non-league Division 1. It says... What the fuck that means. So... Division Premier... Northern Premier League Division 1 East. Which is... the 7th and...
It's confusing.
But it says when they get promoted on here that they get promoted to National League North.
But I don't think they do. I'm convinced they don't.
Because National League North is Division 6.
Yes.
So...
And I'm certain Cleetown are in the 8th tier.
Oh wow, Wigan Athletic got promoted from this. Twice.
Because I think... I don't know.
We're out here just like... What?
No, I'm sure they've got another division to go before the National League North.
Okay. No, I think they got to the National League North.
Really?
Yes! Wait a second. This is... I love English football, but fucking hell, man. Yeah. So 4 divisions... Yeah, because 4 divisions go up into 2 divisions, which go up into the 1. Because 4 teams go down from, from the National League North, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there only one automatic promotion?
1 automatic, 1 playoff. So 2 teams go up from each division. So
and then that means the 4 relegation zones from the north and south.
Yeah.
So they might...
Oh,
George. This is boggling our minds.
Cleethorpes Town are 7 points clear. So they're going to the National League North.
We'll do a bit more research off camera.
Yeah. I think we just spent like 5 minutes being like, how the fuck does English football work?
We'll do research off camera and then we'll put a little writing across George into me.
I'll put it in the description. We'll put it in the description if they go up to the National League North, because I don't know how to edit videos properly.
It will just be, yes they do, or no they don't in the description.
You've just given us a thumbs up on your video.
Way!
Way!
I want the balloons back.
So we've got. Give us your 3 players for. We've gone through our football league. We've just spoken for an hour about the football league. Tell us what your bench sell other thing is.
Oh
bench
yes, so
start.
George, I have got you. Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
Antoine Griezmann.
Yeah.
And Paulo Dybala.
Okay, no, I think that's easy for me. Start Thomas Muller.
Okay.
Is this just their careers as a whole?
Prime. Go from the prime.
Thomas Muller, Antoine Griezmann, Dybala. Easy. Easy for me. Thomas Muller is. I think they should have kept him on. Just been like, hey mate, you're on too much money right now for the age you are. If you were willing to drop, we'll get you on some training courses. Keep you here until you get some sort of record. We love you, man.
So I'd start Thomas Muller, but I'm very stuck between Dybala and Griezmann of what to do.
I know Griezmann's never won the league, but
because I'm a very big Dybala fan. I think he's quality, especially.
I think that Griezmann has been the reason why France has been so good attacking over the past. I think he was 2022 World Cup. He was their player of the tournament. I think, in my opinion, he was better than Messi. And
I think he's very hit and miss.
He is. But
even in his prime, he has a bad game in him, is what I'd say.
I like Dybala. I like him a lot.
Ryan said the same as you.
Ryan said the same as me. I'm sticking with mine. I am sticking with mine.
I think I'm going to go Dybala, sell Griezmann.
A respectable handshake. Other side, other side. No, other side. There we go. A handshake with shook on it. So, one last topic before we wrap up.
Okay.
To quote I Show Speed. World Cup. World Cup.
World Cup.
World Cup. We've got some teams that are automatically in it. I've been keeping an eye on this. I might release my own independent video on this channel about the World Cup. Leave a yes, George, do that in the comments below if you want that. So, America, Mexico, Canada, we already know that they're in.
Yeah, hosts always in.
Hosts
so
are
them
always
three are
in. Those 3 are in. Apart from in the next Euros, because we're not automatically in it.
Boo.
Boo. Boo. Anyway, so, first team that gets automatically in is a little itty bitty team called Japan. They made it in before
Argentina.
New Zealand. And then Argentina made it in. And Iran. So those are the 4 teams that are in. But there's this little country that isn't little. It's massive. But it appears little on the map because of how the projection works.
Do you know what else is massive?
Uzbekistan are a win off of getting automatic promotion, automatic spots in the World Cup. Absolute limbs that the Uzbekistanis are getting in there.
That's crazy. You know, but I like the fact that different teams are getting into the World Cup.
Yeah. Ghana and Nigeria's not making it in. So I think, do you know what, Sudan were top of their group for the longest time whilst not playing at home because they're in the middle of a civil war. They've bottled their last couple of games. They lost to South Sudan, who are bottom of the table. But South Sudan are like, you're our rivals. Screw you. We're playing like prime Brazil. So, they've bottled it. Who else is off the top of my head? So, Gabon are almost getting in. It depends on how the Ivory Coast do. Gabon are on 15 points. Ivory Coast are not.
Don't you think the fact that teams are already qualifying and Europe's just starting is crazy?
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, do you think Italy's going to qualify?
No.
No, me neither. And then Norway, Israel, Estonia, Moldova, I believe, is their group, and I don't think they're getting through it. I think Macedonia might be in there as well. But it's Italy, and Macedonia aren't in there. It's Italy, and they're going to get into second place behind Norway, and they're going to screw it up in the thing because they'll lose to like Macedonia or Ukraine again or something like that.
Great.
Give us your European dark horse.
European dark
horse.
Hmm.
European World Cup qualifying groups. So, yeah, give us... No. Yeah.
Dark horse.
Who's going to sneak in there? There's some ones where it's like, that's a hard group. Oh, so... there's Group C is Belarus, Denmark, Greece, Scotland. Only one of them can go through automatically. Germany, Luxembourg, Northern Ireland, Slovakia. We all know Germany's getting through that, unless they have an absolute nightmare. This is an interesting one. Kosovo, Slovenia, Sweden, Switzerland. 3 of those teams that aren't Kosovo are teams that get into the World Cup quite regularly. Switzerland got round to 16 last time.
I had them in the sweepstake.
Azerbaijan, France, Iceland, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Georgia, Spain, Turkey. That'll be a good group because Georgia are going through a golden age at the moment. I know Bulgaria are a bit out of it, but I'd be really happy if Georgia managed to make it through instead of any of those teams. Armenia, Hungary, Portugal, Ireland, which is a tougher group than people admit for Portugal.
I reckon if Iceland call up Jason Daddy's Van Thorsen, they'll make it.
Of course.
Faroe Islands are going to make it.
Faroe
Islands with Geza David Tory.
Faroe Islands are in a group with... They're not in the worst group to make it. They're in the Czechs, Montenegro, Croatia, Faroe, and Gibraltar.
What do you say? Monte what?
Montenegro.
Monte what?
You heard. England are going to make it through. We just are. Like, it's not 2008.
Come back in a few months when we've been knocked out and we aren't off to the 2026 World Cup.
Saves Baz a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Interesting group. North Macedonia, Wales, Belgium, Kazakhstan, Liechtenstein.
That?
Belgium aren't the Belgium that they used to be.
No, they're not. They are a new Belgium in a bad way.
Yes. I think we're going to go back to Belgium just being that team that, like, they'll occasionally get into the Euros and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, they're not... I think they
haven't got the Eden Hazard, the Vincent Kompany's,
De
Bruyne, the Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen.
Yeah. It's just gone. Bosnia are top of
Which, by the way, Jan Vertonghen and Alderweireld, what a centre-back partnership that was.
Yeah. Banging centre. It's just top bins.
I just thought I'd put that in there.
We've got a couple more groups to go through quick, which one of them is really, really interesting, I think. Bosnia-Herzegovina, who are set top with two wins so far.
I was going to say Bosnia is my dark horse.
Romania, Cyprus, Austria, and San Marino.
Are Bosnia a dark horse?
Yeah.
Would you class it?
They've never made it to the Euros.
Okay, well, I'm taking Bosnia as my dark
They're the
horse.
only team in Europe, I think, apart from Israel, but Israel doesn't count because they weren't Europe at that time when they got into the World Cup, to have played at a World Cup but not a Euros.
That's mental.
Mm-hmm. And they're
could you imagine the scenes if San Marino, just string a few wins together here and there, and
San Marino could beat Cyprus on a good day. San Marino are currently on the same amount of points as Austria. Austria haven't played a game yet. But hey, it's a start. And we've got, in our final group I haven't mentioned yet, Poland, Finland, Lithuania, Netherlands, Malta.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a group. So,
it's a group.
Dark horse, I'm going to say, is going to make it into the World Cup. Suriname. Let's go. Suriname are making it to the World Cup this year. They're just going to fucking...
I'm going with Bosnia.
Bosnia. Shake. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to that time of the day.
You all hate it.
You all hate it. But we keep persisting anyway. It's the word of the day. And the word of the day today... It's a big ass sword. It's a spite handler. We are the word of the day.
Didn't know what you was going to say then, George.
Handler. It's a massive German sword. Yes. I'm not have even said it right, but you write it down in the comments. ZWE, and I don't know the rest of it. But you write it down in the comments below. You give us a like and a subscribe. You share it to all your friends. You tell your mother, hey, watch this.
Watch the Route 1 podcast.
Yeah.
You go to school, you tell your head teacher, your teachers, your student friends, the dinner lady, the clean up person, all them people.
Janitor.
Tell them to watch this. Now. Do it. We're still watching you.
We're still watching.
We're watching you all. Do it. I can't keep a straight face.
I was really trying.